Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I also want to thank everyone who made this day possible. Today is a very special day for me, actually, because it's my mother's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. So as I look out at all of you today, I'm reminded of how nervous, anxious, terrified, mostly of the people that are sitting behind me, and excited we were to start on this new journey just a few years ago. We studied together, we exchanged outlines, and yes, families, it's very rare we would have maybe a drink or two. It was through these shared experiences during 1L that we recognized the potential for lifelong friendships. Before we knew it, we were back as 2Ls, many of us ready to engage the world outside of JG. And it was then that I watched so many of you in awe as you fought for the things that you believed in. I remember watching so many of you rush over to JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark airports to assist Muslim families that were being denied entry into this country. I watched as you spearheaded efforts to help our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, and they still need our help. I watched you guys write reports to the UN on human rights abuses, work on issues of mass incarceration, protect both men and women from domestic violence, and the list goes on. And I was inspired in part because these were the reasons you came to law school, which brings me to this moment. Today, I think about how the world is very different from what we thought it would be back in 2015. About how something unusual seems to be happening in the world today, right? I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it's happening. And we can't afford to ignore it because it's starting to shape our culture. We see it in some of the things that are taking place today. We see it with communities of color who are leveraging their political power to demand better policies. We see it in the strength of so many women who have decided to say "me too." And we see it with students who are leading the charge on gun control in our country today. Something is happening in this country. So to my classmates, I want to encourage you to embrace this unusual moment. Please do everything that you can to be part of what is right. I'm not really in a position to give you all advice, but if there's one thing that I hope you remember after this, after Columbia Law School, it is to never feel that you have to leave your conscience at the door because you decided to go into a certain kind of work. You can still do good no matter where you work and what you do. You can still do good. Here's why you can do good. You can still do good because no matter where you are and no matter where you work, you have the ability to think, and you were blessed with the gift of imagining the world as it should be. So to the class of 2018, I love you all so much. Yeah, this is hard for me. You've made these past few years some of the best of my life, whether it was through events that you planned, traveling the world with you, encouraging me on some of my hard days, and yes, skipping class to binge on Game of Thrones and Billions. You have made this journey so much worth it. So I want to leave you all with the words of a man by the name of James Weldon Johnson, who was an educator, a lawyer, and a civil rights activist. He originally wrote these words in 1900 for the anniversary of President Lincoln's birthday, but it has since transformed into something of a collective prayer said across the world. I hope that when you have a moment, you'll look into the history behind these words. I hope it'll inspire you to keep on going, as it has for so many who have set the path for me, a kid born in Newark, New Jersey to Haitian parents. who came here just for a better life. And the words simply say, lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on until victory is won. Congratulations to the class of 2018. And let's get to it. Thank you. I am pleased to introduce right now Fuad Chakon Topias, who will speak for the Master of Law class of 2018, having been elected by popular vote of that class. Come on, Fuad.